Imagine for a moment that you were given a finite amount of time to achieve everything you've ever wanted in life. What would you do? How would you spend your days? Would you waste them, or would you seize every moment, every opportunity to create the life you've always dreamed of? The reality is, time is the most precious resource we have, and once it's gone forever. So how can we stop wasting it and start living the life we were meant to live? The answer lies in taking control, focusing on what truly matters, and mastering the art of purposeful living. Ladies and gentlemen, we often hear people say, "There's never enough time." But the truth is, time is not the issue. The issue is how we choose to spend it. Time is the great equalizer. Every single one of us has the same 24 hours in a day. What separates those who live extraordinary lives from those who fall into mediocrity is not the amount of time they have, but the way they manage it. If you are here today, it's because you've realized deep down that there is more to life than simply going through the motions. You're tired of the endless cycle of distractions, procrastination, and wasted potential. You're ready to take control of your time, and by doing so, take control of your life. The truth is, achieving anything meaningful requires focus, discipline, and most importantly, a clear understanding of the value of time. The key to dominating your life is not just about working harder or running faster. It's about making the right decisions with the time you have. It's about prioritizing your life's most important goals and recognizing that every moment spent on trivial distractions is a moment lost forever. Today, I'm going to show you how to stop wasting time and begin the journey of dominating your life. We'll explore the principles, habits, and mindset shifts that will allow you to harness your time and turn your potential into lasting, meaningful success. It's not an easy path, but it is a path worth taking, because when you stop wasting time, you give yourself the chance to create a life that truly matters. 1. Recognize the gravity of time. Time is perhaps the most misunderstood aspect of our existence. It's easy to take it for granted when you're young, when the days seem endless and the years stretch on indefinitely. But time is not infinite. It is the one resource that, once spent, is gone forever. The grave reality of time becomes clear as we get older, as we look back and realize how quickly the years have passed. Time is a finite, precious commodity. It does not wait for you to make up your mind. It moves forward relentlessly, indifferent to your desires or plans. Wasting time isn't just about being idle. It's about mismanaging the precious seconds, minutes, hours, and days you are given. Each decision you make about how to spend your time impacts your future. We often fall into the trap of believing that we have endless opportunities ahead of us and that we can always catch up later. But this mindset is dangerous. The more time you waste, the further you move away from the person you could become. Time wasted isn't something you can recover. As you become aware of the fleeting nature of time, it forces you to confront a harsh truth. The life you lead is directly determined by the decisions you make about how you spend each day. Time is what allows you to achieve everything in life. Without it, even the most promising ambitions wither away. When you understand this, it changes how you view your daily actions. Every hour spent in front of the television, every minute lost in fruitless online scrolling, every second of procrastination begins to feel like a wasted opportunity. On the other hand, each moment spent working toward a meaningful goal, building relationships, or developing your own growth becomes more valuable. The awareness of time's gravity should ignite a fire within you, compelling you to make conscious choices with each passing moment. It's not about rigidly managing every second. It's about recognizing that time is something to be spent deliberately and wisely. So as you live day by day, constantly ask yourself, is this the best use of my time? Am I doing something that will get me closer to where I want to be? Time is the single most precious resource we all have, and it can slip away faster than you realize. The question isn't whether or not you have enough time. It's whether you are using the time you have in a way that aligns with your values and ultimate goals. Time, once gone, can never be regained. And that is why learning to respect it, it is the first step toward creating a life of meaning and impact. 2, take responsibility for your time. The concept of responsibility is central to reclaiming your time and ultimately your life. Responsibility means acknowledging that, to some degree, your life is a product of the decisions you make. And that includes how you spend your time. It's easy to look at external factors and blame them for your situation. It's easy to blame your circumstances, your job, your relationships, or your upbringing. But the truth is that all of us have choices, and those choices shape how we spend our days, months, and years. Taking responsibility for your time means recognizing that every minute you waste, every hour spent in distractions, is a conscious or unconscious decision. It's a decision not to act, not to take control, not to pursue your goals with intent. When you blame your environment, you hand over the power to change your situation to someone or something else. However, when you take full responsibility for how you use your time, you reclaim that power. You begin to see that while you can't control everything, you certainly can control how you choose to spend your time. Your circumstances may not be ideal, but your response to them is entirely within your control. This doesn't mean you need to be perfect, but it does mean you have to take ownership. If you find yourself constantly distracted, unproductive, or overwhelmed, it's important to ask, how am I contributing to this? This question shifts the responsibility back onto yourself. Taking responsibility for your time also means making intentional decisions. Instead of reacting to life's demands, you must begin to act based on your values and goals. You cannot allow external events to dictate your time. Every minute spent on meaningless distractions or unhealthy habits is time you are taking away from something that could push you closer to your purpose. Moreover, responsibility means making sacrifices. Sometimes, to take responsibility for your time, you need to say no to things that may feel urgent, but are ultimately trivial. By consciously prioritizing what truly matters to you, you make space for the things that will move you forward. Remember, your life will become a reflection of how you choose to spend your time. If you choose to waste it, that's what your life will become. A collection of wasted moments. But if you choose to take control and be responsible for your time, you create the foundation for an extraordinary life. 3, define meaningful goals. One of the greatest mistakes you can make is to live without a clear sense of purpose or direction. Goals are not simply things to achieve for the sake of achievement. They are the compass that guides you toward living a meaningful life. Without meaningful goals, your life will lack direction, and you will find yourself moving in circles achieving little of substance. People often talk about setting goals, but the quality of those goals is paramount. It's not enough to set goals that are superficial or that don't resonate with your deeper desires. You need to define goals that have intrinsic meaning, goals that push you to grow, to challenge yourself, and to move beyond your current limitations. Meaningful goals are those that align with your values and your vision for the future. They are goals that make you feel alive, goals that excite you, even if they are daunting. The reason why many people fail to achieve their goals is because they set the wrong ones, goals that don't truly matter to them, or that are too vague. Without clarity on what you want to achieve and why, you will not have the motivation to persist when times get tough. The key is to be very clear about what you want and why it matters. Your goals should be the driving force behind everything you do. They should dictate your decisions, your daily habits, and your actions. When you define meaningful goals, you give yourself a reason to push through the obstacles that will inevitably arise. You're not simply working for the sake of it. You're working towards something that will make a significant impact on your life. This is what gives you the drive to succeed. Whether it's becoming an expert in your field, starting a business, cultivating meaningful relationships, or achieving financial independence, your goals should resonate deeply with your purpose. Without purpose, there is no passion, and without passion, there is no progress. Moreover, meaningful goals aren't just about success, they're about fulfillment. Success without fulfillment is hollow. When you aim for something that truly matters to you, you feel more aligned with your authentic self. You become less distracted by superficial rewards and more focused on the deeper, long-term benefits of your efforts. This is why it's critical to take the time to truly define what matters to you and then design goals that are both ambitious and deeply meaningful. 4. Structure your day with purpose. Time is often wasted not because we lack the desire to be productive, but because we lack structure. Without a well-defined routine or a purposeful plan for the day, you risk getting lost in the chaos of everyday life. Distractions, interruptions, and procrastination can quickly hijack your time if you don't take control. The key to stopping this cycle is structure. Structure doesn't stifle creativity or freedom. It enables them by giving you a foundation on which to build. A structured day means knowing exactly what you need to do and when. It means being intentional about how you spend your time, allocating your most productive hours to the tasks that matter most. One of the reasons why many people fail to reach their goals is because they operate without a clear plan. They allow the day to unfold randomly, and then they wonder where all their time went. A structured day ensures that time isn't lost to indecision or wasted effort. It forces you to prioritize and focus on what's truly important. The key is to create a daily plan that balances work and rest, action and reflection. Break your day into blocks of time dedicated to specific activities that align with your goals. Create a morning routine that sets the tone for the day, a work routine that ensures productivity, and an evening routine that promotes relaxation and reflection. The more structure you introduce to your day, the more efficient and focused you will become. It's not about micromanaging every moment. It's about having a framework that keeps you moving in the right direction. Structure is also critical for overcoming the temptation of distractions. In a world filled with endless entertainment and digital distractions, having a structured day is essential for staying focused. When you have a plan in place, you are less likely to waste time on social media or other unproductive activities. A well-structured day will help you develop discipline and consistency, two crucial elements for long-term success. It allows you to move through your tasks with purpose, knowing that each activity is contributing to a larger goal. 5. Learn to say no. In order to stop wasting time, you must learn to say no. This is one of the most difficult but necessary skills to master. We live in a world that constantly demands our attention. Everyone has requests, desires, and expectations of us. The problem is that each yes to something inconsequential means a no to something that truly matters. You cannot please everyone, nor should you try. Every time you say yes to something that isn't aligned with your goals or values, you are giving away your time that could be spent moving you closer to your true purpose. Saying no doesn't mean you have to be rude or dismissive. It simply means being protective of your time and your energy. It means recognizing that your time is finite and that in order to achieve anything of real value, you must guard it fiercely. Saying no is an act of self-respect. It's a declaration that you will not waste time on things that do not serve your greater vision for your life. It's about prioritizing what's truly important and eliminating distractions that derail your progress. In practice, saying no can take many forms. It could mean turning down a social invitation that doesn't align with your current goals. It might involve saying no to a project at work that isn't in line with your career trajectory. It could be as simple as saying no to a habit that drains your energy or time. The key is to develop the ability to assess opportunities and requests objectively. If something doesn't serve your higher purpose, don't be afraid to turn it down. Mastering the art of saying no is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. It shifts the power dynamic in your life from external demands to your own desires and intentions. The more you practice saying no, the more control you take over your time. 6. Focus on what you can control in a world filled with constant uncertainty, distractions, and external forces beyond our control. It's easy to feel helpless or overwhelmed. Many people spend a significant portion of their lives obsessing over things that they cannot influence: the state of the economy, other people's opinions, or global crisis. While it's natural to care about the world around you, spending your precious time focusing on things you can't control is a recipe for frustration and wasted energy. If you want to stop wasting time and start dominating your life, the first step is to recognize the limits of your control and focus on what is within your grasp. The more you dwell on things that are outside of your control, the more you drain your energy and attention. This creates a vicious cycle where you feel helpless, unable to act or move forward. Instead of allowing yourself to be dragged down by factors you cannot change, focus your energy on the things you can control: your thoughts, your actions, your decisions, and your mindset. This shift in focus empowers you to regain control over your life and take charge of your destiny. The power of focusing on what you can control is profound. It may seem like a simple concept, but its impact on your life can be transformational. When you focus on what's within your power, you direct your time and energy toward actions that produce results. For instance, You cannot control how others treat you or how the world behaves, but you can control how you respond to these situations. When you learn to channel your efforts into positive, actionable steps, you create an environment where progress is possible. This principle is also key to developing resilience. Life is full of obstacles, challenges, and setbacks. However, when you focus on the aspects of your life that you can control, you begin to see opportunities even in the midst of difficulty. Rather than getting bogged down by external challenges, you learn to adapt, problem solve, and move forward. Focusing on what you can control makes you stronger, more proactive, and more capable of overcoming whatever life throws at you. 7. Avoid the trap of instant gratification. One of the most destructive habits in today's world is the pursuit of instant gratification. The lure of immediate pleasure, whether in the form of social media, junk food, or mindless entertainment, is everywhere. In our fast-paced society, we have become accustomed to getting what we want right away. And this has conditioned us to crave instant rewards rather than long-term fulfillment. However, if you want to stop wasting time and start dominating your life, you must learn to resist the temptation of short-term pleasures and focus on long-term goals. Instant gratification may feel good in the moment, but it often leaves us feeling empty and unfulfilled. It's a temporary escape from the deeper work we need to do. The problem with constantly indulging in instant pleasures is that it takes us further from what truly matters: the achievement of meaningful goals, the development of our character, and the building of a life that aligns with our deeper values. While it's important to have moments of relaxation and enjoyment, overindulgence in fleeting pleasures robs us of the time and energy needed to pursue our long-term objectives. On the other hand, delayed gratification is the cornerstone of lasting success and fulfillment. It is the ability to endure short-term discomfort in order to reap long-term rewards. The most successful people in any field are those who understand the power of delayed gratification. Whether it's putting in the hours of hard work to achieve a goal or resisting the urge to take the easy way out, mastering the art of delayed gratification ensures that your efforts will pay off in ways that bring true fulfillment. Learning to delay gratification requires discipline and self-control. It means saying no to immediate temptations in favor of greater rewards down the road. This is not easy, especially when the world around you constantly pushes you toward quick fixes and instant pleasures. But when you learn to embrace the discomfort of doing hard things and staying focused on your long-term goals, you will find that the rewards are far more satisfying than anything short-lived pleasure can offer. 8. Surround yourself with the right people. The people you surround yourself with have a profound influence on your time, energy, and mindset. We are social creatures, and the relationships we cultivate have the power to shape our lives. If you are serious about stopping the waste of time and dominating your life, you must be intentional about the people you let into your inner circle. The old adage, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with," holds a great deal of truth. The attitudes, habits, and behaviors of those around you will rub off on you, whether you realize it or not. If you spend your time with people who are constantly negative, unmotivated, or perpetually distracted, you will find it difficult to make meaningful progress. Their energy will drain you, and their habits will subtly influence your own. The more you allow these influences into your life, the more your time will be wasted as you become caught up in their cycles of inefficiency and apathy. On the other hand, surrounding yourself with people who challenge you, who hold you accountable, and who encourage you to reach your highest potential can radically transform your life. These people push you to grow, inspire you to take action, and serve as a support system when things get tough. They share your vision and understand your goals, and their energy will fuel your own drive. Having the right people around you creates a positive feedback loop where your time is spent on activities that align with your values and ambitions. Choosing your company wisely is one of the most powerful ways to stop wasting time. If you want to become more disciplined, surround yourself with disciplined people. If you want to develop a mindset of growth and resilience, spend time with those who embody these traits. Your social environment can either propel you forward or hold you back. It's up to you to decide which direction you want to go. 9. Cultivate awareness and self-reflection to stop wasting time. It is crucial to develop self-awareness and make reflection a regular part of your life. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of activities, obligations, and distractions. But if you don't take the time to pause and reflect, you risk continuing down paths that don't serve your long-term goals. Self-awareness gives you the ability to evaluate how you are spending your time and whether your actions are aligned with your values and objectives. Regular self-reflection allows you to assess your progress, identify areas of improvement, and make necessary adjustments. Without reflection, you risk continuing bad habits or falling into patterns of inefficiency. It is through reflection that you learn to recognize what works and what doesn't. You begin to notice where you are wasting time and where you are making meaningful progress. Incorporating self-reflection into your daily routine is essential for growth. Spend time each day thinking about how you spent your time, how well you adhered to your goals, and what you can improve. Are there any distractions that you allowed to take up too much of your time? Did you prioritize the right activities? Reflection helps you make course corrections before bad habits take root, and it ensures that you are always moving in the right direction. Self-awareness also involves being honest with yourself. It's easy to deceive yourself into thinking that you're being productive or using your time wisely when, in reality, you're simply spinning your wheels. Honest self-reflection allows you to confront the truth about how you are spending your time and whether you are truly advancing toward your goals. By regularly assessing and refining how you use your time, you can ensure that you are making the most of every moment. 10. Master your mindset. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world, and it determines how you respond to challenges, setbacks, and opportunities. A fixed or negative mindset will lead you to waste time by focusing on problems rather than solutions, on limitations rather than possibilities. To dominate your life, you must master your mindset. Develop a growth mindset that empowers you to see every challenge as an opportunity for growth and to embrace discomfort as part of the process of achieving greatness. The thoughts you have shape your reality. If you believe that you are destined for failure or that success is out of your reach, you will create a self-fulfilling prophecy. But if you believe that you have the power to grow, to learn, and to overcome obstacles, you will take proactive steps toward achieving your goals. A positive and growth-oriented mindset enables you to use your time effectively by focusing on solutions rather than problems, on progress rather than perfection. To develop a powerful mindset, you must first confront and challenge limiting beliefs that hold you back. The belief that you're not good enough or that your circumstances are too difficult to overcome will only waste your time and energy. Instead, cultivate a mindset of possibility. Embrace the fact that you can always improve, that setbacks are temporary, and that every small effort adds up to significant progress over time. Mastering your mindset is essential for dominating your life. It's the foundation for taking control of your time, making deliberate choices, and ultimately achieving success. The more you train yourself to think positively, embrace challenges, and focus on growth, the more you will create a life that reflects your highest potential. As we reach the end of this conversation, I want you to leave here with one undeniable truth etched in your mind. The way you spend your time today shapes the life you will live tomorrow. There is no magic formula, no secret shortcut. It is the consistent, deliberate choices you make about how you use your time that determine whether you live a life of purpose, growth, and fulfillment, or one of regret and missed potential. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to stop wasting time, to focus on what truly matters, and to dominate your life with purpose and intention. It begins with recognizing the gravity of time, taking responsibility for how you spend it, defining meaningful goals, and surrounding yourself with the right influences. It requires discipline to say no to distractions, the wisdom to focus on what you can control, and the strength to embrace delayed gratification. But most importantly, it demands that you master your mindset, because at the end of the day, how you think about time will dictate how you use it. If you choose to take control, to be intentional with your time, and to relentlessly pursue your most important goals, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Your potential is limitless, but only if you stop squandering the one resource that truly matters, your time. So I challenge you today, take a hard look at how you are spending your time, make the necessary adjustments, and commit to living a life that reflects the highest version of yourself. The clock is ticking. Don't wait for the right time. The right time is now. Your future begins today, and it begins with you deciding to make every second count.